Did you hear about this?
That it's late?
Did you hear about this? It's 1:30 in the morning thing?
Yeah, welcome to Run Button in 2012.
How the fuck
right?
did that happen?
Well, you didn't get here until almost 9.
So?
And
all
then
we did was play Sonic 1.
And half of Sonic 2?
It doesn't add up.
Almost half of Sonic 2?
And by the way, you're like, oh, it's recording at 1:30. That's Run Button 2024. It's also Run Button in 2011, back when we were originally doing this.
No, that's what I said. 2012 is what I said. But I meant 2011, I guess.
Oh,
did I say 24? I misspoke.
I thought you said 2024.
I meant to call back to that this is what we used to do.
Now I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah, welcome to Run Button in 2012. Yes. In post, we'll know. But I did mean to imply that this is similar to how we used to behave. But this is where I still live. I still live at recording at 1:30.
I mean, it's not super far away from something I do, but
well, you have work early in the mornings now.
Yeah.
So like, even though I assume that in spirit you're a night owl still.
Listen to this shit. The music and
music's great.
The music in Sonic games just makes all the other game composers from this time look like they're not trying.
Yeah, it's true. No one will
except
ever
for
get...
like Mario, and except for the obvious examples of great music from the time, but like,
right.
It was so often.
This music is so much better than all the other music except for the other music that's good.
That's good.
Watch out for the Caterpillar. They'll get you. They'll get you. It's in the name. It is true, like, that no one's ever gonna get better than the yeah. It's so good.
You can never write it again because someone already did. Yeah.
Although it didn't stop this song from using melodies that have already been done.
What? That's not.
That's in this. That's that fucking circusy song.
No, that was invented by this.
No, it was not.
Yeah, you're probably misremembering how it happened.
It is funny that in a franchise that's famous for its carnival levels, it has the famous carnival melody in it, but not in one of the carnival levels.
Isn't that same melody you're talking about also in the Carnival Night theme?
Maybe. Maybe. Casino Night is next, not a carnival, but maybe.
No, Casino is this one, which we already did.
Casino is this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did already. Sorry. When you said next one, I thought you meant next level, not next game.
Yeah.
Ah! Nice job. Hey, we needed that.
Hey now.
Hey now. This is what dreams are made of.
Is that the next line in that song?
I'm pretty sure. I don't even know what it is. It sounds like it's from Jimmy Neutron or something. What is that? What song is that?
The Hey Now
Yeah,
song?
I mean, I know that it's not
pretty sure it's just like a radio hit.
No, it's totally a radio hit, but it's in some like kids movie. That's how I know it.
Couldn't tell you. I wasn't watching kids movies anymore by the time Jimmy Neutron came out.
What? 2001? I guess that makes sense. You would have been 11.
Yeah, I like
11 is way too old for Jimmy Neutron.
I just barely missed Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron for me existed in that place where like I despised it because it was like the first time I was like, oh, kids stuff is lame. Can you believe it's Jimmy Neutron crap that kids are crazy about? Don't they know it's not nearly as cool as the kid stuff I was interested in 5 minutes ago? Yeah, this sucks. Oh, why didn't we just stay on opposite sides?
That's what I was saying.
But here when they switch it up on us, we're gonna get screwed.
No, we're done. We're toast.
No. I'm pretty sure the way this one goes is there's this beginning part where it wants us to collect as many as possible. And then for the second half of the thing, it's like just sequences of only bombs, and then it throws like a random shower of rings at you that you just have to like
get all of,
go around and try to get as many as you can.
JC says it's Lizzie McGuire, which I never saw really, but my sister watched, so that it makes sense that I would have sort of a vague memory.
What, was
of that
on
song
like the Lizzie McGuire movie? It must have been, yeah. I think I saw that movie a ton of times.
Well, because you were the perfect age for
I think
McGuire.
my sister had it, but I was like, not gonna lie, pretty good. The thing about Lizzie McGuire that I didn't remember until I rewatched it, some of the episodes recently, like when they came on Disney Plus.
You rewatched some episodes of Lizzie McGuire recently?
Yeah, I was with my daughter, so I was like, hey,
that makes sense.
Put this on, yeah.
Sometimes I forget that parents have like weird things that they watch sometimes because of being parents.
Yeah, but it's the best thing because like it was totally my decision to watch it, but then I get to act like, oh no, I wouldn't just watch Lizzie McGuire. That'd be weird. Obviously, it was because I have a daughter.
Right. It does work. It works.
But
now I know your trick.
I forgot this.
You forgot this?
When I went back and rewatched Lizzie McGuire, I remembered this problem that I had with the writing, even as a kid, that I had forgotten about, which was like, I couldn't.
Sorry, go ahead.
I couldn't put my finger on it at the time, and now looking back on it, I go, oh, the problem was this show was written by old people that had completely outdated ideas about what school was like.
Right.
And so, like, as a kid, I watched it being like, this feels like a movie cliche idea of what school is like. I'm pretty sure it's not like this at all.
You know that a movie cliche is not very far away from a TV cliche.
Well, I just mean like
an old-fashioned cliche too.
It was like I think it was like all the same cliches that had been in all of the television and movies that I grew up on, but it was just getting to the point where I was like, I've been in these schools. It's not really like this.
Really, yeah. I think that's part of it, is, fucking, like 45-year-old men writing shows about 14-year-old girls.
There was even a point where, like,
what is up with this, huh?
What?
This hitching. What is this?
I paused it.
Oh. There's no pause thing?
No.
So, and last time it only happened for like 4 seconds. So I was like, what's going on? Huh. And it was also when you were pulling on one of those things. So, anyway, Lizzie McGuire specifically, I think, sort of set the table for the sort of Disney Channel shows that would come later and be even more sort of culturally impactful, like Hannah Montana, like that kind of
like Austin and Ally.
Of course, like Austin and AJ.
No, Austin and Ally.
What's Austin and AJ? Is that a band?
Maybe that's AJ and Ally.
AJ and I think one of them is the Pokemon band.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a band that did a song in the Pokemon.
Yeah. Anyways,
movie.
There's a Disney show called Austin and Ally that was on when before my daughter was born, but after Lucas was born. And every time you talk about Austin Walker and Ally Acapora, I always think about that show. Like Austin and Ally.
Yeah, that's who they are.
Yeah. Anyways, there's one episode where Lizzie McGuire even references Freddie Prince Jr. as like the hottest guy in the world, and I'm like, Lizzie McGuire is 12. It is 2002. She wouldn't even know who that is because I don't.
Hold on, no, that was his zone. 2002. That's Freddie Prince Jr. era. He was just about to or just stopped being Fred in the Scooby-Doo movies.
What? That was after his teen heartthrob years, not during.
His teen heartthrob years were in the mid to late 90s.
Yeah, but you remember how... that's what I'm saying is like the writers of the show...
Movie stars are famous 5 years after their movies came out.
No, but see, I know that it didn't make sense because I was 12 at the time and had never heard of that guy.
Do you
except
think
as a name that adults say that
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't see how you could be arguing with me on this.
Because I knew who Freddie Prince Jr. was at the time.
Good for you.
Do you think it's just because, you didn't have magazines, girl magazines, where it had all of the hot famous actors from the 90s in?
I mean, maybe, but, even if that was the case, it was normal that they said Freddie Prinze Jr. It was just the 80 other things that were really outdated that I picked up on. I'm just giving one example of an overall problem. Oh wait, we should stay on this side. What?
Serious time.
Careful. Okay.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Careful.
Ooh. 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 Oh, come on, you bastards!
You gotta be kidding me! Oh, evil. This game's evil.
It's evil.
I should give you a very specific example of Freddie Prince Jr. because of Blockbuster. I'm sure you're familiar.
Yeah. You have to remember, I gotta push back on this. Lizzie McGuire was not a show for teens, right? This was like a tween show.
But you have to remember that I was 10. I was 11 when that show was around.
You were such a weird 10-year-old. You knew about tons of shit no 10-year-olds knew about.
It's true, but I want to explain why I knew who Freddie Prince Jr. was. Because you'd go to Blockbuster and you'd walk around and you'd look at movies, and he was on covers of movies like She's All That, and that was from 1999. I will forever remember She's All That, prominently displayed in Blockbuster at 10-year-old eye height. I was actually 8 in 1999, or 7. Just for some reason, I just saw it every week at Blockbuster. Freddie Prince Jr. I knew his name because of that. That's why I knew who Freddie Prince Jr. was. But I just 2 movies in 98, 3 movies in 99, 2 movies in 2000,
Jeez.
2 movies in 2001. He was in Scooby-Doo in 2002, the same year.
You can see how I completely missed this man. It was like he was in every movie for 3 years.
Yeah, well, but that's what I'm saying, is I just think it's a coincidence that you didn't know who Freddie Prince Jr. was.
I know, but I really, I know it sounds like this is the exact point I'm making, is to an adult, it sounds like nitpicking to be like, no, he wasn't a tween heartthrob in 2002. He was a teen heartthrob in 97. It's totally different. But it actually is totally different.
His career started in 96. He'd only been around for 6 years in 2002. He was relevant. It's the most relevant he ever was. He was in a kids movie the year that episode aired, probably.
I know, but I'm trying to explain that this was not a show for kids older than me. It was a show for kids my age and younger.
Do you not think that they saw the Scooby-Doo movie?
I see we're not going to see eye to eye on this.
He was the hot guy in the Scooby-Doo movie. He was the handsome one.
That was a movie for children. There was no hot guy in Scooby-Doo.
I have bad news about how Hollywood works. Yes, that's what they do. They put attractive people in movies for kids, specifically to sell them magazines and posters. That's what happens.
I don't. All I can say is I remain utterly unconvinced.
All right. I think it's easy to think Freddie Prince Jr. in 2024 and go, that's an insane thing for a kid to say.
But I thought that then too. Like, you know what I mean? I'm talking about revisiting.
Well, I can't account for the ignorance of a 12-year-old.
This is my point! Ah!
We'll get comments. I want to hear from people who were getting Tiger Beat in 2000 and 2002 or whatever those magazines are called. I know that's one of them. I don't know if that's a relevant one to the early 2000s. Did you know who Freddie Prince Jr. was? Did you watch Lizzie McGuire, and did you know? I want to know. Because you were not the target audience of Freddie Prince Jr.
No.
I want to know if...
I mean, I don't know. I don't know why, like, I just feel like you're pushing back on something that's just silly. It's like,
I'll tell you why.
Like, teen heartthrobs have their flash in the pan things. It's like a couple years and then it's a new guy, and a couple years and then it's a new guy. Like, Aaron Carter guested on Lizzie McGuire. Like, that was the teen heartthrob they were going with there. And it's like not from the same era as Freddie Prince Jr.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Again, I think Aaron Carter is from an earlier era than Freddie Prince Jr.
Wait, he's like 10 years younger.
I know, but he was famous when he was like 12, not when he was in his mid-20s, like Freddie Prince Jr. That's, I think, the big, like, Aaron Carter is like singing, I Want Candy in 1997.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know maybe it sounds insane. The reason I'm pushing back
I'm not talking about 90s. No, he's singing that 5 years later. That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
His, like, that stupid cover that he did of Candy was like 2002.
It was 2000, so it was right in between.
All right, fine.
The only reason I'm pushing back on it is because the specific pick of Freddie Prince Jr. as a guy no one would know. No, and I'm like, but I knew him.
No, but
sorry, that teen girls watching thing would know.
I just think it's easy. It was easy for an adult at the time to think it was a slam dunk reference, and I think they missed the mark.
That's why I want to hear from people.
I think Freddie Prince Jr. was famous for older people. I don't know why we're arguing so much about Freddie Prinze Jr. when, of course, we should be talking about Frankie Muniz.
It's the Scooby-Doo of it all. He was in Scooby-Doo.
Dude, I fucking hated those movies so much. I can't believe you like those.
I mean, I don't like them, but they're fun. Well, the first one is fun. The second one's trash.
Oh, okay. Damn.
I think...
How'd they fuck up the second one so bad?
Because I think kids movie sequels
too much Scooby and Shaggy.
Kids sequels are not meant to be any good. They're just meant to be fast and cheap.
Yeah, but if they did it the first time.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think that, like, kind of structurally, that movie's the best because the whole point of Scooby-Doo is that it's never a real guy. And I understand the temptation of like making it like, oh, this time it actually was monsters. And it's like, okay, but you totally missed the point of Scooby-Doo.
No, you can't do that.
You can't do that. It doesn't stop it from being a fun movie, but still.
There was one animated Scooby-Doo movie that did that I never saw. It sounded kind of fun. But again, it's like, when they're doing that, it's like the one time. Which I guess the live-action movies all... God. I thought the wardrobes and costuming in that movie were horrible. I thought Freddie Prinze Jr. looked like absolute ass in that movie.
Yeah, he didn't look... His hair was dumb. They did a bad job dyeing his hair. He was funny in it, though.
And, Sarah Michelle Gellar's in there for some reason.
Again, it is a kids movie, and they put hot people in kids movies because it's Hollywood. I can't explain exactly why they do this, but they want actors to be attractive to children.
I know what you're... Wait.
That's what they want.
Attractive to children.
Attractive to.
No, they just want their, like... They just want to hook as many people as they can. They're like, maybe the parents will come see it if it has these hot adults they like.
That's part of it.
Completely missed my any chance.
I remember, what is it? I remember, what's his name? Steve from Scooby-Doo talking about the audition process in a video that I saw like a couple years ago, where he was like, yeah, it like was down to me and like a bunch of, like male model kind of guys. And one of the big things about Steve was that they were like, yeah, he's not hot enough to be on this show.
What is
Steve from Scooby-Doo? Oh, sorry, from Blue's Clues.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So this is how they think. That's just how they think.
Okay.
Nice work.
Yeah, those Scooby-Doo movies, regardless of their ultimate quality that I can't really speak on, they really are so indicative of like that exact era of how to do blockbusters.
Yeah. Hey, Rowan Atkinson's in them. He's good.
Sure.
Do you remember the thing with Rowan Atkinson in that?
Oh, it said he crashed in F1 twice, right?
No, he was like a skin suit being piloted by Shaggy Doo or by Scrappy Doo, and that Scrappy Doo was the villain of the movie.
In the live action ones?
In the live action ones,
wow.
Scrappy Doo was the villain.
Yeah.
He was piloting Rowan Atkinson as a skin suit, and like used some curse to get all these, real monsters to show up.
I've learned recently that Scooby-Doo media loves to dunk on Scrappy Doo. It has, I guess, become commonly accepted that everyone hates this guy and we love when you make fun of him.
Yeah, that's the thing is like the reason he's the villain is because everyone keeps making fun of him. Yeah. So I don't know. It's drawing on real reality of the franchise.
No, okay, hang on.
Okay,
that's really funny. Oh, how clever. I give the writers credit for this, except, oh wait, no I fucking don't. This is actually just a ripoff of a Cartoon Network, like, bumper that they did. Or, like, something like that. Like, they made some commercial about this, right?
Where Scrappy Doo was
Scrappy Doo was, like, evil because he was so mad about being put down.
It's hard to know if, it's hard to have a timeline of this because Scooby-Doo, to me, is, like, stuff that was airing in the 70s, stuff that was airing in the 80s, stuff that was airing in the 90s, the live-action movie from the early 2000s, stuff that was airing in the early 2000s, all kind of mixed together in this weird soup. It's kind of like Disney, where when I was a kid, I just really had no grasp on like how old any of the Disney stuff was.
Yeah, totally.
Where it's like, I guess I sort of understood that Snow White was like super old.
Yeah.
But then like Little Mermaid was super old, but it's not. It was from like when I was a kid.
Yeah, I thought Snow White and Cinderella were basically the same age, and they're like 30 years apart almost.
Yeah. It's just the consequence of animation and of being a kid and of like living in this very particular time from the late 80s to the late 90s where everyone was watching TV and TV was anything that had ever been on TV.
Yeah. It was a good time. You never lived in the 80s.
No, I'm just saying this was a time. This is an era that started really in the 80s. TV that was happening all day and contained reruns.
Yeah, you know what? We actually grew up in the golden age of old reruns.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is a received opinion that I have from from super long ago, or not super long ago, from just some random thing I saw talking about like why kids today don't seem to know anything about like media from the past.
Right.
And it's this person's explanation was just that they
used to rerun everything.
They used to rerun everything and used to watch TV and used to listen to the radio, and it would just have like any song from any era on it, at least from the 50s on.
Yeah. It's like, why do I know about I Love Lucy and Laverne and Shirley and the Jeffersons? Like, it's absurd. There's no reason I should.
Yeah, and I used to watch the Flintstones and the Jetsons, and like, to me, like, living in 1998, the Flintstones and the Jetsons were massively relevant to my life.
They weirdly were still popular.
So relevant.
They put out 2 live-action Flintstones movies.
They did, yeah. And that's just...
Speaking of live-action Hanna-Barbera adaptations.
Yeah. But, kids these days, they just be on their phone.
Kids these days be on their phone.
Is it better or worse? It's worse.
It's worse.
It's worse.
Hey, we made it. We're old now.